Okay, feeding time at the Cooper Hawk nest. Here she is, and the time is 11:48. She just landed, and all five are up on the limbs and the branches. They're branchers, and we've got three in the nest now. We'll see if the other two show up. And here we are. And it is day 31 at the Cooper Hawk nest. 31 days old now. And they are having their snack. But they've done a terrific job today, but rain finally stopped and they went up there on the limbs, and I'll get back to 104. They got back up on the limbs and were practicing, so here comes another one in. He sees that there's a feeding going on, working his way down. But she sailed in here with some food, and these guys are hungry. It was raining this morning, and they had to stay dry, and then after the rain quit, they were up on the limbs enjoying it, and now they're ready for pretty much their noon meal. It's 11:50 now. Oh, here they come. They're all hungry. I don't know how big a feast she brought, but she might be a small bird and might have to bring some more, so somebody might have snatched it. They're turned around there. We'll see how it goes here. It won't be long, and they'll just be dropping it off in the nest, and it'll be a food fight. That's the way it'll work out, because they're getting to be good size now. She's trying to retrieve it and lining them up. So this is day 31, and this is their noon feeding. And it's 60 degrees, 11:51. Like I said this morning, it was so rainy I couldn't even use the camera, so I went home and came back. And the rain had stopped. They were all up there on the limbs. They all became branchers and were exercising. And I waited and waited till the feeding, and here we are. We get to document that again. Okay. And all five were up on the limbs. They all mastered being branchers today. They all could fly from limb to limb and down in the nest and back up. And Mama's been protecting them. We had a great blue heron come by earlier, and boy, she pitched on them and run them right down in the swamp. Got too close to the nest. I didn't think they would attack a bird that big, but she was right on that great blue heron. It was just a squawking. The youngsters were all up on the limbs and vulnerable, and she seen that heron and pitched right on them. And here we are a little while later. She's back with some lunch. They all seem to be enjoying it. We'll certainly keep an eye on them. They've worked up an appetite with all that exercising on the limbs and back and forth from the nest to the limbs. So Mama's going to give them a good feed. They're good providers, and she's got them with her table manners still able to control them. In a few more days, it'll just be a drop-off because she won't be able to control them, and then the one that gets it will turn around and spread the wings out, mantling, and hide it from the other ones. So they'll just keep bringing food and dropping it off till they're all filled up. It's a nice cool day and no breeze. Filtered light. The rain has stopped. Cooper Hawks have thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, they're just lining right up. One thing about hawks, they're always hungry at this stage of the game because they're growing so fast. Just look how big they are compared to her already. Here comes another one in. Don't call me late for lunch. He's just landed on the right-hand side. Let's see if he comes in here. Yep, trying to work his way in. So you got 5 in there now, I bet. They're all there now. Well, we'll see how they do. The male, he's hunting all day long now. It takes a lot of effort to get enough food to feed 5 youngsters this big, plus the female and himself. They're thoroughly getting into it. Well, they're a hungry crew. Did a lot of exercising this morning. Some of them got pretty high up on the limbs, so they were proud of themselves. But now Mama decided, well, I'm going to give you a good feed, good lunch here. Got a whole nest full of Cooper hawks here. You wouldn't think they'd get that many in there this size. Look at them. My goodness. She's trying to get this one dissected for him. It doesn't take them long to devour this at this stage of the game. A lot of hungry birds here. Like I say, they're good size already. Okay, she retrieves that back. See how long she can maintain possession of it. Yep, that one went up on the limb. He says, I'm done. Oh, that just gives the other ones a little more room. This is what a feeding looks like when they're 31 days old. Like I say, their size is just about as big as the adult now, so that's right on schedule. Well, they worked up an appetite, and they had a good workout this morning. I was up there on those limbs working out, and flying back and forth from the nest to the limbs, and interacting with each other, so they worked up a good appetite. When that great blue heron come through, we got too close to the nesting with the youngsters in the trees. She pitched right on them. Great blue herons were squawking. I couldn't believe it. She just run them right down into the swamp there. And well, just a little bit later she showed up with the food here. But she run that heron out of here. Gonna have a good lunch. We'll see how long it takes them to finish up here. Supposed to get another shower this afternoon, so we'll see what happens. a little bit later. There's one up in the tree on the left there. He's a brancher. He got full and went up there and going to go up a little higher. Mama's finishing up to feed here and see if she still has possession of the food or if they took it over. They're getting some good sized pieces. They're happy. They'll take a good nap after this. It'll be like me after Thanksgiving dinner. I'll lay down and sleep. Yeah, she's a good feeder. The male's a good provider. She's a good protector too. That great blue heron learned his lesson. Not to get too close to the Cooper hawk nest. Yeah, looks like some more were getting full. The other one kind of turned around here a little bit. Nobody goes hungry at the Cooper hawk nest. They just keep bringing the food in. Out she goes. So that's the end of the feeding. Okay, checking, make sure there's no scraps left there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5's up on the limb. So they all made it in for their lunch break. And we'll just watch a little bit and see if one of them goes back up in the trees here. They might just want to lay down and rest, but they've been on the limbs for a while. No, that one's going back up too. They've got 2 up there now. Here's number 3 looking up. Going back up on the limb. I'm a brancher too. What a great stage. Document it. There we go. Document the whole feeding and get to see what they do afterwards. Go back up on the limbs. We'll clean up the beak a little bit. The other one's looking for some scraps and making sure they got everything. Well, that was a good feeding. I'm glad that they went back up on the limbs too. We'll see what these last 2 are going to do here. Give them just a little bit more. Looks like they're going to hang out in the nest. Oh, there goes one. I got the last ones. They're going to stay or are you going to go? Let's see. The branchers are up there and all 5 are up earlier, so maybe this will just stay down here because he's got it all to himself now. I'm sure they want to get a little nap. That'll be in a few minutes. Okay. Well, I think we'll pretty much call that good then, and got to document the whole feeding and document them going back up on the limbs. So we'll call that good then.